Hi there. This is a follow-up video to my how to capture your amp with Neural Amp Modeler. I want to show you how I set up my levels, my thinking behind them, target levels, all with the mindset of trying to get consistent results by developing a process, and this is my process. First, we're gonna look at guitar input. That's the first thing that goes into the chain. My thinking is I always try to be around -12 with any interface. -12 is a good number to try to be around average. I think it gives you room for going, if you have active pickups, you can be maybe a -9, -6. If you have some lower output pickups or single coils, you maybe be at -18 or so. It just gives you some room to play with. On my interface, which is a Focusrite Claret Plus 4 pre, my guitar is connected directly to input number 1. I also set the input trim to 0 on my interface. This input is also set to receive instrument level with my Focusrite control center. These are my input settings. With that set up, when I strum my guitar with passive pickups, you can see kind of average around -12, -10. That's strumming pretty hard. It's actually more like -12, -13. So all mutes. So you get the idea. In Focusrite control, I also have set up line out 3-4 to be using playback 3 and 4. What that means is anything that gets sent to outputs 3 and 4 from my DAW gets routed to outputs 3 and 4 on my interface. In the DAW, we need to make sure that anything sent out output number 3, which is the reamp out, it's at unity 0, like this, 0. On your reamp box, there's a trim pot that controls the level going back into your guitar amp. Ideally, you want to make sure that when you plug your guitar into your interface and you go through your DAW and go back out, for example, in my case, output 3, through your reamp box into your amp, you want it to have the same gain structure and feel the same as if you were playing straight into the amp. Spend some time switching between plugging directly into the amp and going through the signal chain through your DAW and reamp box to make sure it sounds as close as possible. After I did that in my system, I determined my trim top to be in that location. It may be different for yours due to cabling differences, interface, and other factors. Once this trim pot is set, your reamp levels are ready. I'm going to link to a website in the description that shows you how to measure your reamp level for your system. In my setup, my reamp level is 13.3 dBu.
Now we're going to be looking at the input levels of the Reamp tracks. This level is not as important because we're going to end up normalizing our tracks, but still you want it hot enough to where you're not clipping and just give yourself some headroom. I try to target around -10, -12, as you can see in this video. I like to normalize my reamp tracks. It helps keep a consistent level across all my models. I ended up with -5 as my normalizing level. Just seems to work very well for the way I mix, and it's not too hot on Tone Hut when compared to other models. This is how I normalize in Studio One. I select both my tracks, right click, audio, normalize audio, or Alt N. Normalize this to 0 dB, and then I just bring this down to around -5. Well, that's it. That's how I basically set up my levels. I hope this was useful. If it was, please like and subscribe. I hope you guys have a wonderful day.